We live in a world threatened by numerous existential risks that no country or organization can resolve alone, such as climate change, extreme weather, and the coronavirus. But in order to adequately address them, we need agreement on which are priorities and which aren't. As it happens, the policymakers and business leaders who largely determine which risks become global priorities spent a week in January mingling in the mountainous resort of Davos for an annual meeting of the world's elite. I participated in a global risk assessment survey that informed those at the Davos summit on what they should be paying the most attention to. The results, drawn from experts in a broad range of disciplines including business, happen to be very different from what company CEOs specifically see as the biggest threats they face. As a philosopher, I found the differences curious. They highlight two contrasting ways of seeing the world with significant consequences for our ability to address societal risks. Wildfires in Australia have destroyed more than homes and razed more than 10.6 million hectares since September. Photos/no perspectives on the biggest risks. The World Economic Forum's Global Risk Report consolidates the perceptions of about 800 experts in business, government, and civil society to rank the world as most pressing challenges for the coming year by likelihood and impact. In 2020, extreme weather, a failure to act on climate change, and natural disasters topped the list of risks in terms of likelihood of occurrence. In terms of impact, the top three were climate action failure, weapons of Massachusetts destruction, and a loss of biodiversity. The specific perspective of corporate leaders, however, is captured in another survey that highlights what they perceive as the biggest risks to their own business's growth prospects. Conducted by consultancy Pume since 1998, it also holds sway in Davos. I've been involved in that report as well when I used to work for the organization. In sharp contrast to the World Economic Forum's risk report, the CEO survey found that the top three risks to business this year are overregulation, trade conflicts, and uncertain economic growth. President Trump's trade war and other economic concerns tend to be the focus of corporate CEOs. Photos/economic or ethical. What explains such a big difference in how these groups see the greatest threats? I wanted to look at this question more deeply, beyond 1 year's assessment, so I did a simple analysis of 14 years of data generated by the two reports. My findings are only inferences from publicly available data, and it should be noted that the two surveys have different methodologies and ask different questions that may shape respondents' answers. A key difference I observed is that business leaders tend to think in economic terms first and ethical terms second. That is, businesses, as you'd expect, tend to focus on their short-term economic situation, while civil society and other experts in the Global Risk Report focus on longer-term social and environmental consequences. For example, year after year, CEOs have named a comparatively stable set of narrow concerns. Overregulation is among the main three threats in all but one of the years and is frequently at the top of the list. Availability of talent, government fiscal concerns, and the economy were also frequently mentioned over the past 14 years. In contrast, the Global Risk Report tends to reflect a greater evolution in the types of risks the world faces, with concerns about the environment and existential threats growing increasingly prominent over the past 5 years, while economic and geopolitical risks have faded after dominating in the late cards. A philosophical perspective. Risk surveys are useful tools for. You can read full post on cryptophones. News link available in text below.